porn stars, unsigned bands, pro wrestlers. You've come to the right place. The Jiggy Jaguar Experience. The Jiggy Jaguar Experience.
Yes, indeed, it is the big broadcast. We are live. We're like a Jamocha. What's a Jamocha? I don't know what a Jamocha is. Thanks for tuning into the big broadcast. From the KJAG Radio Studios in downtown Edison, Kansas, we are live coast to coast, border to border, each and every Sunday on 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island, of all places. We're also on the mix on Tuesdays, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard each and every Sunday. And, of course, 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com. On-demand podcast via the iHeartRadio app. Sunday radio broadcast is available on the Facebook. Oh, the Facebook. We're also on the Twitch and live video on our website, JiggyJaguar.com. Find our daily uploads on Twitch, Facebook, Periscope. Even though Periscope is not around anymore, I will always talk about Periscope. Just like I will always talk about that other place, Radio Loyalty. I always used to promote Radio Loyalty. Radio Loyalty, not around anymore. Not a company that's been in business for a while. But it's quite the deal, kids. And the bunny is going to join us here in just a few moments. The bunny and we're going to go to Skrog. Skrog is going to be the first band. So, and we might actually go to Paralanda. Actually, and then we'll do Skrog. That might be how we'll do it. Paralanda, they played Rocklahoma. And I believe oh, absolutely amazing. Apparently, I do not have. Do I not have her email? That's great. That's always great. It's always great. Let's see what happens here. Yes, I do have her information. Look at that. I got her information. So we are going to go to our first guest. She is going to join us here in just a few moments. Paralanda. And she will be joining us hopefully on the old Skip Skype. I don't have a phone number. I do not have a phone number. Are you kidding me? No phone number? No phone number for this woman? No phone number for this woman? I have no phone number. So I guess we will do Skrog, because I have a phone number for them. So, or Skrog. Skrog is what they're called. I put Skrog into the old email, and I got nothing. Skrog is who I think this is. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to go to the bunny. I'm going to go find the bunny. She was in somewhere. 13 participants. 13 participants. Okay. We're going to do this. I'm going to just see. I'm just going to call Skrog. something. See what happens here. It's unorganized as usual. It's a Sunday radio show. Skrog is who we're talking to. Hello. This is James giving you a call for your radio interview. How are you, sir?
Oh, hey, how are you?
Pretty good, actually. We, my original co-host that was supposed to do the show with me today, when we were supposed to do your interview with you about 30 minutes ago, she bailed. And so it threw everything into a tizzy. So I finally have got you, and I apologize for just giving you a holla holla, as they say.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So tell me a little bit about the band here. You have a tremendous group here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, Skrog on recordings is just a one-man band. It's just all me.
Oh, really?
And then live, I hire musicians as a backing band, to perform with.
Wow. That is tremendous. So how do we find you guys on the web?
Well, right now, Skrog Band, if you, I think it's Skrog Band, is the facebook.com/Skrog Band, I believe. I did have a website up and running, but I took it down to do some updating, and I've just been kind of lazy about reposting it. But I would say within, by Christmas time, www.scrogband.com will be active again. That's
awesome. We have got Skrog Band with us today. Tell us about this name. Where did Skrog come from?
So when I was a teenager in high school, I don't actually know which one of my friends coined the term first, but whenever one of us teenagers were going to go off to do the nasty, like if we were, let's say, like a party and you saw a couple go off into the bedroom and you knew what they were going to do, we would just kind of say to each other, they're going to go off and Skrog, and then we would all giggle or whatever, more, it kind of evolved even into like, imagine two really ugly fat people going at it. Like, that's Skrogging. Awesome. It's really gross, That's supposed to be like ugly sex. That's, I guess, the best thing I could say. Ugly sex.
Ugly sex. That is the
ugly sex.
That is the name of the game here. We have got a great guest joining us today here on our big broadcast, and so I'm very intrigued by this. You do everything, but when you play live, you go out and get musicians.
You got it.
Explain this whole thing to me. Well,
the most recent live incarnation was pre-COVID. So 2018, I want to say, 2019. I think 2019 I was on hiatus, so I think it was 2018. I have a laptop that runs backing tracks, and then I have kind of this elaborate setup that I run a click track from, so we all wear in-ear monitors. And I hired on a couple of buddies of mine. I had Nick Winnan on bass and Zach Snyder, who actually just recently dropped a CD from his other band, Dead Soul Symphony. Just got to throw them a quick plug out. Zach Snyder was playing lead guitar with me, and then I did vocals. We did not have a drummer at the time, so unfortunately the drums had to be done as a backing track, but it was kind of kind of became an in-joke, like we knew that all the fans were there for the drummer, you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
We were going to actually make Skrog shirts that say, "We love the drummer."
That's awesome. I know that drummers sometimes are the butt of jokes, so I think that's awesome that you guys you guys were doing that whole thing. So with the band Skrog, you guys have a Metallica cover of Inner Sandman, which My God, this song has been covered by several bands throughout the decades. Why did you guys decide, hey, we need to do this? Or why did you decide, hey, I need to do this?
Well, I recently acquired, I own like a comic book studio, and I got some magic COVID money, which is nice. So using some funding that I had gotten from the government, I was able to actually expand into more of a music studio, and I wanted to do a couple of cover songs just to, first of all, learn my equipment. And second of all, do a song that I knew was going to be recognizable so that I could do an easy comparison. Like you said, a lot of bands have covered Enter Sandman, so you're going to know within the first, 30 seconds if this is going to be a decent cover or a schlocky one. So I kind of wanted to, get a song that's highly recognizable, just so I could get a really good comparison of my mixing skills versus a professionally mixed and mastered song. Plus, Enter Sandman is the song that got me into music in the first place.
Well, it is a pretty kick-ass song, I will have to say.
It's a guilty pleasure. Like, I understand that there's a lot of people in the metal community who kind of bite their thumb at the Black Album. That's the album that Bob Rock took over and kind of altered Metallica's career, so to speak, from being a metal band into being a dad rock band. But but I don't care. I love the Black Album. That's the album that got me into being the musician I am today. I can point to that one album right there and say that's the one.
That's fantastic. We have got Skrog with us today. They join us live here on our big broadcast. I'm amazed by the fact that you do all the music yourself, and then you go out and you hire musicians to play live. How do you get these musicians? Do you just get on one of these music marketplace sites, or do you have contacts? How does this work for you?
Well, the incarnation that I ran in 2018, just a couple of buddies who were very good musicians that, weren't currently in any musical projects, and I pitched them the idea, and, they went for it. They're like, yeah, this sounds great, and they invested a little bit of money into some in-ears, and, I have a several $1,000 setup that allows us to play to a click track and run backing tracks in a pretty sophisticated way. So they knew I wasn't no fly-by-night kind of deal. Like I've dropped a lot of money on this, so they knew that I was quite serious. So, and it's, good high-energy music, so they were having a lot of fun, as was I. This next go-around, I'm going to try and put together another tour. I'd like to drop an album early next year, a new Skrog album, and then hopefully by spring, summer, get on the road. And this go around, I'm probably going to rely a little bit more on social networking, the connections that I've made throughout the years, and just, I'd like to have a full, a drummer, bassist, lead guitarist that are all on the same page. We're all actually getting paid, making this an actual career.
That would be fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast here on 990 WBOB, and also the mix on Tuesdays. And, of course, Skrog Enter Sandman. That is the latest from our guest. And I guess before we let you go and we play this song, how do we buy your music and get involved with what you guys are doing?
Sure. The song is available on all the platforms: iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, things that I think it's even on Napster and stuff that I didn't even know existed. So yeah, it's all over. You just got to search Skrog Enter Sandman, and I do have an album that was dropped several years ago called The Global Elite. So if you want more than just one cover song, if you want to actually hear my original work, just look up The Global Elite. Music video available on YouTube and all that good stuff. and look forward to another album getting dropped in the very near future, early next year.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Well, I am really looking forward to this track, and looking forward to hearing your other stuff as well. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for being on with us, and we will talk to you soon. Good luck with everything, and thanks for putting out some great music, my friend.
Awesome. Much appreciated. Thanks for your time, and great interview. I appreciate it,
Definitely.
man. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. There he goes. That's Skrog. It is going to be Enter Sandman, their version of the Metallica song. That is Skrog with their version of Enter Sandman, and it's here on your Sunday radio broadcast here on 990 WBOB. And, of course, you can find us each and every day at JiggyJaguar.com. We will take a brief time out here on our big broadcast, and when we come back, we will have more coming up.